Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I just got back from the thrift store and found some even more amazing things. So I decided to come on here and share it with you guys. Before you come in the chat, please hit the thumbs up, share this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. So it's a very nice day outside. It was in the 70s, so I decided to take a break from invoicing because I've got a very large, the next package is going to be very large and real glassy, just saying. But took a little break and went to the thrift store and what can I say? I found three more amazing things plus some other things as well. So I wanted to come on and share them with you. I did ask the mustard seed is where I get all my items, and I did ask them if it was okay if I did a video in their establishment. So they had to call the owner, and then they had to call someone else, and they told me just call before I come and let them know I'm coming in, and we will do a video in that consignment store. You do always want to ask the proprietor if it's okay to do these because it's it's the rules and that's what should be done. I said I'm not gonna not none of your employees will be on the video. It will be strictly your items, and so I get to do that. So I'm glad I inquired about that because I was really curious about that. So it's always good to ask them before you do it because you have to follow their rules and guidelines. We'll give it just a few more moments for people to come in. I know sometimes it takes a while for those notifications to get out, but I thought since 99.9% of my items come from that thrift store, I think you guys probably would want to see what it looks like on the inside, what their mission is, and everything like that, because they do have a wonderful mission and great store. I go in there really often because their items are always fresh and you don't want to miss an opportunity for something fantastic, which I did find today. I mean, the price was definitely right, so I went ahead and picked those three items up. They were a set, which probably could have been sold separately very easily. But, it's all about timing when you thrift. Like I said, you never want to miss that opportunity because, there's treasures to be found, just saying. So I'll give it a few more minutes and I'll just get started. These things, three things in particular, are really, really nice. And when I looked them up, I'm like, oh, wow. And that's for one of them. So, hey, Gwen, welcome in. I've been out thrifting once again. And there's Jessica. Welcome in, sweetie. But like I said, you never want to miss an opportunity. And it was beautiful outside. It's in the 70s. So out I went. Don't forget that thumbs up, please. I appreciate that. And look at Jessica's new picture. Wow. Okay, Jessica, but thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Jessica does come into a lot of chats and she shares people out, and she's real good about that. And just glad you're here. Thank you so much. I hope you guys had a good day. It's in the 70s here, and so I decided to get out there and start thrifting again because that thrift store, they have a big turnaround. Hello, Terry. Welcome in, hon. They have a big turnaround and their stuff moves quickly. So I go in there every time. And there's Laura. Welcome in, sweetheart. Yes, Laura, I will. So far, we haven't had Clint Eastwood or Barack Obama or anything silly like that. It's so good to see you guys, but I thought I would come on here. It's not a real big haul, but yes, it is. When you see this one thing, you're going to die. I couldn't I knew it was special. And there's Harry. Welcome in, sweetheart. Good to see you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. But as you guys all know, I always come on here right, man. I tell you, I carried up, I think last week or the week before, I carried up some stuff up this flight of steps up here, and I think I have buns of steel. Just saying, because my rear end was so sore, and I know that's why. I mean, when you carry, I don't even know what it weighed, and I just come up a flight of steps and boom, I'm here. But the sale was really great last night. I would really like to thank everyone that was there. It was really fun. A lot of things moved out. Like I said, I got a couple of invoices out, but Minnie has a very large hoard of glass. So what I do is I wrap each piece and then I deliberate my box by how many pieces are there and what I need, and then I do it that way. And that's okay, Harry. Lurk away. That's fine. But anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll get right into it. I was real excited. And like I said, there's always something in there that's wonderful. And these things are worth big money. Just excuse me a minute. And man, are they heavy. And I'll tell you what they are. But you won't, I mean, the price that I got these for, you guys just would not believe it. Y'all, you guys know what that is? That is amber glass and it is loaded with bubbles. And I'll tell you, I think it's Murano. I took a picture of it. It's an amazing piece. And you know me, I just don't get one, I get the whole thing. So I will tell you what this is. Has such a tremendous amount of bubbling in it. And we do all know that when something has bubbling in it, it makes it that much more desirable and more on the pricey side. So where's that one thing at? Man, I got so much on here. It's a wonder if the phone didn't say no more. Hey, I thought I had someone else in new, but I will tell you exactly what this is. And let me tell you, this goes for high dollar because I did do a Google search on it. And I'll tell you what it is. It's Murano Art Style hand blown amber glass. And I have 3 of them. I've got 3 that step down, amazing pieces, very, the one they're showing, this is a big one. So I don't really know, but that's what it is. It is, I found it is, see what year it is, but look at the bubbles in that. Those are bubbles. And okay, I'll tell you what this is. This is amber glass with controlled bubbles, so that is on purpose. And let's see what they say. It is Murano Art Style hand blown amber glass with controlled bubbles. Absolutely beautiful. This one says 8 inches tall. Let me see if this one is. Lord, no, this one is coming in at about 11 and a half inches. And let me tell you something, these go for high dollar, and that ain't no joke. So I have an even bigger one. So yeah, Murano Art Style hand blown amber glass vase with controlled bubbles. So I had no idea that they did have controlled bubbles, but this was done on purpose. See all that bubbling in there? What's on the bottom? It looked like it had something on it. But the bubbles are all throughout the piece, and that was done intentionally. Yep, Harry, I got a thing of bubble. Hey, Trish, welcome in, sweetheart. I got a thing of bubble wrap in my basement. When I first got it, it was like 5 foot tall. But yes, I use bubble wrap. I use pool noodles. I use egg cartons because they make good fill in, and they're solid enough to withstand. Hey, Angie, welcome in. Isn't that amazing? Now that, but I don't just have one, I have three. And the price on these things, amazing. Sometimes I think they go through these things so fast they don't really realize what they don't have time to do. This is Murano glass and it's hand blown and it's got purposely placed bubbles in it all throughout. So I just don't have the one. I have three of them. Let it not be said that I didn't do something right. That's about 11.5 inches. Good to see you guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a thrifter's dream. And when I say a dream, I'm not kidding. So we have the next scale down, same vase, the controlled bubbles, Murano glass, beautiful, beautiful. Well, yeah, thank you, Patty's Playhouse, for sending her here. Trish, I deal in a lot of glassware and just different odds and ends, but glass is absolutely my passion, and older glass is what I'm into. But this is a thrifter's dream, let me tell you, because they go for high dollar. 10.5 on this one, absolutely beautiful. And I felt very fortunate to find, it's a trifecta to find these things because this is just amazing. And these sell for high dollar because they are hand blown. I wonder what the process was for them to get those bubbles and like that. So we got something really special, just saying. So, moving on. Actually, kind of correct myself. They didn't sell them together. They were priced separately, but who cares? The worth of these things are far worth of what I paid for them. Who cares? Then we have the little baby, which has that same bubbling in it. So we have three. And see, the thing that I know about people that collect this kind of stuff, they really want, I think this one's made different, but it don't matter because it's all the same stuff. So we have three Murano hand-blown controlled bubble vases, and they are beautiful. So the question is, do I sell separately or do I sell together? I don't know. I'll have to ponder that. But they are amazing. I know a lot of people do like to buy things in sets. That's why I try to keep them in sets like that. But they are amazing. And yeah, I'll have to read up on the process of how they get. Welcome in, Simone. Welcome in, sweetie. How they actually get these bubbles to form in here. Because I really don't know, but it would be an interesting read. There's a lot of money right here. And when I say a lot of money, I'm not kidding. Because the sale of one of them, even this tiny one right here, and they sell really well. So we do have a trifecta. I'm really excited. How often do we get our hands on something like this? Like never. So that was the exciting part of it. Let me put these somewhere where they're not going to get affected, but they are amber glass. Harry, I'm not on eBay or Etsy. More than likely, these will be run through YouTube. I ran an entire dish set of Pamela Gladding through here last night that would knock your socks off. And I could have parted it out, but why do it? Because a lot of people, if they buy something, they want the whole set. They like it all matching. So I sold it. I didn't want to sit on it. And no, I'm not an eBay or Etsy person. I sell on YouTube, strictly on YouTube. But yeah, amazing. Boy, I'm going to have to put these under lock. These are expensive. And this one right here, the larger one, we're talking big dollars. Big, big dollars for that. Not very often does someone get the opportunity to come across something this amazing. And I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. So let's see here. Oh God, I didn't even Google these because when I looked at them, I knew there was something special about them. And I picked them up immediately. And wait till you see this. And this, we'll have to Google this, guys, because I don't even know what that. I just looked at it and I said, boy, that is really special. So I picked it up. So this is a two-piece set. Here's one of them here. And this is before Googling, guys. I was so impressed by the look of this. This is frosted. And I really don't know the extent of what this is until I Google it because I grabbed it and ran because it looked very different. It did look vintage, and there's your bottom. And it was just amazing. So I just picked them up. Didn't even have to think about it. And oh my goodness. Well, this answers the question. It is Mikasha because it's right on the bottom. And we have the larger one here. Look at that. So now we're going to do an excursion on exactly what this is called and what the year is. But it is Mikasha. It says it plainly on the bottom. It is beautiful. And we're going to find out the extent. But isn't that amazing how that's shaped and then it's frosted on the underside right there? Now, I've seen those and I said, those are different. So I'm going to take a quick. Thank you, Gwen. These are they just screamed expense to me when I looked at them, and it's a 2-bowl set. Not for the expense, not for me, because I got them at a good price, but you always gotta Mikasha. I can never say it right, but so we're gonna take a quick picture. So every time I go in, I always find amazing glass. I like vintage glass. The older, the better. And to find pieces in such wonderful condition is almost unheard of. But wow, when I seen that, I was like, that is so pretty. So we'll see. And it's so unusually shaped. Okay, it's a Mishika Swing Frost Fruit Bowl centerpiece. So I'd like to know more information. Let me go over and see what they say about it. I have the larger bowl. Hey, Bird on a Wire, welcome in, sweetheart. Well, it's from Germany. This is from Germany, guys. I had no idea what I had. But I knew one thing. I really loved it. And it says it's Mikasha Swing Frost Fruit Bowl Centerpiece, Germany, 12 inches. I don't only have one, I have two. So that was a Swing Frost Fruit Bowl, Germany. So that's even better. But isn't that the most beautiful thing that you have ever look at the how different it is? There's that's the frosted part right there. Isn't that amazing? So I went in there and I seen them sitting together, and I'm like, wow, just wowza, So I picked them up so that we have the bigger one and the smaller set, and I got them at a really good price, and they're from Germany. I just thought, I have this kind of eye for this kind of stuff. It seems like I'm drawn to this stuff. And when the price is right like this, you can't pass it up, but it is gorgeous. So, do we have any nostalgia buffs out there? I also found this. I hope my screen's not drowning it out. It is an RC Cola, and it is old. Off of it, it says, "Wake up, cola drinkers. Only RC is cooling, so lively, so refreshing to drink. No other cola is so low in calories, yet tastes so good. Try it, try it. Get plenty of sparkly RC." Look at that. Let me move this out of the way. I don't want to break something. I got stuck from stem to stern on this desk. Look at that. I'm not for sure of the age of it, but that is an RC in the best shape that you've ever seen. It's got kind of a cute thing going on there. She's trying to get his hat off. See that? And Trish said, "I'd like to hold my aunt's old frosted green goblets she had when I was a child. I love those things." Yeah, things back then, Trish, were made so beautiful. But yeah, there's your RC Cola. I didn't know RC Cola was Royal Crown Cola. It says low in calories. I thought a soft drink was a soft drink, but this is a selling. No other cola is so low in calories yet tastes smack so good. That's what it says on the bottom. Too much reflecting going on here, but isn't that amazing? Yeah, a lot of people put peanuts in their RC. Now, I do know there's a lot of people that collect soft drink memorabilia, Coke and Pepsi and RC. I haven't had an RC. RC is still around, so I'm not for sure when the RC Royal Crown Cola Company came into making their drinks, but it would be interesting to look it up. It is in pristine condition. Look at that. This reminds me of something I would do. I remember me and my daughter. My husband was asleep and he had his hand out, so we put shaving cream in there, and I come over the back of the couch and tickled his nose, and I knew he was left-handed. And the first thing it does goes like that, and we cracked up. The old shaving cream trick. We was laughing so hard. But I have enough devilish ideals, and then I got my daughter involved, and we couldn't help it. We was just cracking up. So next up, we have this shadow box, and it is vintage. See, it's got a mirror to the back of it. Let me get it up here where it says penny candy, 1 cent for your sweets. And this is a shadow box. It's in real good condition. Let me move it in so you can see it a little better. But that's what it looks like. You see the two kids there getting their candy. That's how they did it in the old days, right, ladies and gents? Isn't that amazing? This is old and it is a shadow box. It's in excellent condition. I don't know what the wood is, but it does have, and obviously it hasn't been opened in a few minutes. But that is a shadow box. Has a mirror to the back of it and has this wonderful scene right here. Penny candy. You know, that's been a few minutes before candy was a penny, right? Oh, this one's big. I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. When I first went in the store, I seen it hanging on a. It was they had some Halloween costumes for kids displayed. And it was hanging on that, and you know, you do your walk by and you think about it, and then you think about the craftsmanship that goes into this. Oh Lord, have mercy, guys! Look at this. Those whoops, those are all hand painted shells. Look at the top of that. Can you imagine how much work went into that? Up like that. And these are all shells and they have been hand painted. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Florida and seen some of the prices on this stuff. We put it in a bag. They didn't have any boxes. Look how long that is. And it's still going. As you can hear the jingle. Very, very long. Beautiful dyed shell. You know, this, if you bought this, and if you bought this in Florida, and then I'll move it in so you can see the intricate work on it and the beautiful beads. A lot of work in that there piece. Just saying, it's in pristine condition. And there we have it. I am so tempted to put this in my dining room because my dining room is pink and it has green border with pink roses in it. Yeah, very boho. Dyed shell. I know we see a lot of these, but they dyed the shell, guy. It is so beautiful. And a lot of work did go into that. Excuse me. And we have tall ceilings, and that would be beautiful hanging in my dining room. Just saying. Then I have a carousel horse that I made years ago that's pretty good size in the corner, and that would be beautiful hanging. And see how it not a broken shell to be found, guys. The only thing that would make this prettier is AB crystals in there, but it's gorgeous and wonderful shape. A lot of it. Yeah, the kitty cats, they would have a field day. There'd be shells. We used to have a cat, but he was an indoor outdoor cat and he passed away a couple years ago. But yeah, I could just see cats swinging in this already. They'd start climbing and but oh, isn't that beautiful dyed shell? I couldn't resist. I had to get it. It was too amazing to pass up. Man, you know, like I said, if you bought this in a retail situation, man, would it cost? And it is gorgeous. Perfect in every way. So I had to get that. It was a good price as well. Be cool in the garden. Yeah, if you had a real tall kind of archway or something, be pretty hanging from something that was constructed. Be cool in the garden. Yes, and it is something else amazing. I like their color combination on there. It's so beautiful. Beautiful color combination. I'll have to fold it like this. These things, I couldn't imagine what you'd pay for one of these things in Florida, because a lot of times these are made in Florida, and I think they might be made in other states, but they're more so sold in Florida. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Set that down. And then, of course, I'm crazy about my boxes, so I had to have this one. You guys ever get a fixation on a certain something and you buy a lot of it? And I got a box. Amazing. If I add up the boxes I had around here, I'd be nuts. But anyway, that was a small thrift haul, but I think it was well worth the trip. I always get excited on the way there because I know they have amazing things, and you never know when that big deal or that, like those vases, those are high dollar. When you get handmade controlled bubbles and amber glass, yeah. So, but like I said, I don't know if I'm going to sell them as a set or maybe sell two of them together and one separately. I'm not for sure. But yeah, they're beautiful. I really, when I'm shopping, I usually don't, I just take it to the front counter and put it on the desk. Hey, R&R, because nobody's going to take my treasure, but yeah, I've got three of them, and they are gorgeous. Murano hand blown glass. And could you imagine? I'll have to read up on what it took to get those controlled bubbles in that, and that was done on purpose. Man, this one would sell for high dollar. And welcome in, Romel. Good to see you. I've been out. I've been doing it again. All I can say is you got to do it because if you're going to have an auction, you want some exciting items. And Romel, I got this right here, and this is from Germany. And a lot of people search for things from Germany. Isn't that unique? Thank you. I've seen this and I picked it up and set it right on. They keep my stuff on the counter for me because they know I'm not telling what I'm going to be picking up. And then I'll show Romel this beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let me hold it by the right thing here. Look at this, Romel. And look at that. All dyed shell. Now, if that's not gorgeous, look at that. Look at the construction on that. In the best shape you've ever seen. These, you don't come by these every day. All shells. Long, long, long. I thought it might, Romel. I know you're from the Philippines, and I know you're near some beaches and stuff, and I thought you would enjoy seeing that. Isn't that amazing? And it's so long that, and we have, whoever gets this, if I don't put it in my dining room, because we have tall ceilings, because my home was built in 1926, and here comes the sun. So our ceilings are high in this house. But as usual, I wanted to come on and show you all this stuff. I cannot believe I found those vases like that. It just really, however, I do know what they sell for. So a lot of people do, and that's amber glass. So a lot of people do collect that glass. I'm going to read up about the controlled bubbles in there, because I think that'd be real. And how in the world do they get those in there? Wouldn't that be interesting to find out how the whole process of this works? And And it says controlled, so someone spent a lot of time and really knew what they were doing on these, because so I'll have to read up on controlled bubbles in glass. But I really didn't. I seen them, and I really didn't get a real good look at them, and I didn't notice all the. I seen some bubbles, and like a light bulb come on, and I said, "Oh boy, we have bubbles, and that's really special." So that kind of reminds you. That's kind of like a reddish color. Kind of reminds you of something that would be pretty in the fall. Set out for the fall season, and a lot of people collect these. Here's your inside. But it would be really interesting to see how they put these together, and how, I mean, the larger the piece, the more difficult it is, I think. But isn't that amazing? I was so happy when I saw those. Like, I don't know everything about glass, I have to Google a lot, but I do know what's pretty though, and I try to always bring that, to the auctions. And man, is it popular! I got one person's stuff here that it's going to take some fancy footwork to wrap it up. And usually I tell them, if you're getting something heavy and it's large, I'm going to ship it by itself, because I will not put several items into one box that is heavy, because you're just asking for it not to arrive in good shape. But yeah. And today with the post office, you really have to arrange the stuff well, because they're kind of hazardous on your items. But yeah, I usually wrap each item. Then I choose a box and I lay the items in there to make sure that, I'm not going to stuff them closely together, because I want to put things around them. And yeah, but you betcha. But like I said, y'all know every time I do a thrift job, I usually come here. And so, like I said, I'm looking at a lot of glass that needs to be. And, I usually tell the buyers that, it takes me a little while, but if you're selling glass, for instance, something like that, and there's two of them going, you really want to be careful what you're doing, and you really want to. It seems like some states' postal workers are easier on stuff than others, but you got a lot of stuff like this right here, and all this stuff sold last night. I got a desk full in the matching saucer. But Trish, I'm so glad that someone told you about the channel, and it's great to see you. And that's why I space my auctions out, because I have a lot of glass wrapping to do, and you cannot haphazardly race through it, So, it's better to take a little more time and get it to the people in one piece than it is to, have it broken, because, a lot of these pieces are old and bent. Well, thank you, Trish. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much. I do love glass, and I've got a lot of jewelry, and you just never know what's going to pop out. But we always have a real good time. And Laura's the mod, and if a bot comes in, she takes care of them. And you're going to get bots, if you ignore them because they want attention, and just delete their comment and move on, because a lot of them will make another channel and change a number or two and come right back on to bother you. So you just have to delete their comment and move on. I don't like to see it in a chat because it's very distracting, but that's part of it. We're always going to have that those bots in there saying crazy things and stuff like that. But We just delete them and move on. We don't draw any attention to them because I think these bots ruin the auction experience. No one wants to see something silly in a chat. You're focused on what you're watching and not that. But I think people do understand that that does happen, and it will happen. I have another channel, Genuinely Gina, and it's based on the Bible and everything. And I had a bot in there that said something that I didn't even understand. And then one said something about you church folk. And I said, wait a minute, you're putting people in a category. I said, we all believe in God. And what is wrong with coming together and acknowledging the one that gives us our life and blesses us? I said, if we went on people's attitudes and their nastiness, then, nobody'd have a channel, but sometimes you have to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And that's basically the way it is. Never compromise your beliefs for anybody. You owe no one no explanation. You believe what you believe. It's your business. And, you should not be criticized or people being critical over it. But, we have people out there that it's always going to be there. Someone's always got something nasty to say, but we just overlook it and move on. It's not worth it. Unless they're buying your food, paying for your house, paid for the car you drive, then maybe, yeah. But these people are very insignificant and they are a pain, to say the least. But Trish, do you do any kind of crafting or anything like that? Or you like to buy on auctions? Or that's how I started out. I watched one auction and went to another one and then another one and then another one. And there I was hooked just like a big fish. But there are a lot of friendly, nice people on YouTube, and you just have to just kind of brush it off and move on because it's going to be that way. So, but I especially wanted you guys to see these pieces. They will be in an upcoming auction. I'm getting a little quicker at wrapping this glass. So as I look around the room here, I'm like, oh dear me. But I'll get her done. So I'll show you a piece that sold last night that I thought was beautiful. And where's the one that has, okay. I sold this beautiful piece. And I have two of them. Look at that. That is as vintage as you get. Beautiful. And there were two of them. However, there was some little danglies missing, but you can replace them. No, but I love looking at auctions and estate sales and antiquing. Oh, I love the older the better. Now, I'm going to have to reconnect here. But yes, this was one of them. And I saw that and I said, that's, like they say, add to cart. I like antiquing too because things back then was made so much better. And I like pieces that tell a story. You know what I'm talking about? You wonder, wow, look how long this has survived, and imagining the day back in that the old times and how amazing that was. And that's why I'm drawn to a lot of these older things because, a lot of them didn't survive, like you get people that they might have a grandmother that passes away, and some people don't like old things, and that's their choice. And they end up donating it to a consignment shop or Goodwill or whatever. And then someone else comes in and appreciates the beauty of that and picks it up and they're so happy, or I am. But I don't know if I've ever been to an estate sale or not. Isn't that odd? Maybe need to start shaking the papers and looking for them because they're very interesting. They really are, to just, but some people say, isn't that so sad that this person's passed away and they're selling all their stuff? Well, sometimes they have to do it because maybe the estate owes a lot of money. I don't know, but that's the reason why we get all these beautiful items. And, when someone passes and everything has to be split up, they can't quibble about the way in which it's sold. That's part of regular life. Well, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and close. This is what I had, but what I picked up I felt like was really amazing. And Trish, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. Until, it's always wonderful to see new faces as well as the ones I normally see. So, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go because I know there's auctions out the wazoo out there. And I will see you next time. It's been wonderful seeing everyone. You have a great rest of your afternoon, and I appreciate you being here. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.